He's an asshole, man. That dude's an asshole and he knows it.
From the mean streets of Brooklyn to the rough neighborhoods in Boise, Idaho, we now present the Goonberg Report. Hey, this is Mayor Goonberg with the Goonberg Report. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little video for you guys before we get on our topic. That way I'm going to set a little backdrop. So let me look at the mountains of Boise and I'll play this video real quick. Hold on.
Actually, a lot of black women deal with this. And this is something you said, Crystal, about black women seem to be the last choice oftentimes for when it comes to dating.
Right.
It's the black men certainly have shown a tendency to date outside and marry outside of the race. And you actually said that white men see black women as maybe down the list, the fourth or fifth or something like that. What do we do about that? Because we have these conversations all the time around dinner tables and whatnot.
Well, you pointed it out in your promo. I mean, black women are very successful. We're graduating at a higher rate from college.
Absolutely.
Graduate schools, we're CEOs. I mean, there are not as many of us as white women, but we're doing awesome things. And I think that threatens a lot of men. But, you know, we know that by the year 2030.
No, it's not the education. It's
excuse
the mouth.
me,
It's
but,
the mouth.
Yeah, it's my
The
mouth.
mouth?
But
It's
the
the mouth.
2030,
Oh, come on
we
now.
know
It's the
by the
strength.
year.
It's the strength.
Yeah,
It's the strength of a black woman is very intimidating to a guy.
To a black man?
But I think
To a black man, the woman's strength is intimidating if he don't have himself together.
Exactly.
I'm
And
a very confident man.
yeah.
I love a strong woman. Some men can't do it.
All right, back again. You saw that video where they talk about how black women are considered low dating material, and you saw what nailed it on the head is what Mr. Roberts had to say. Where it wasn't as much of the mouth as far as the overall attitudes. That's my opinion. That's what I think he really meant. But as you can see in the picture here, this is a stereotype right here. I forget what movie it was on, but this is Niecy, the two kids. It's from a movie. And yes, it's facts. You could type it. All you gotta do is put a Google search. I mean, they don't want to admit it, but there have been studies that have shown that black women are least likely to pick to be dated, and this is because of the stereotypes. And unfortunately, a lot of stereotypes aren't true. I mean, they aren't true, but sometimes they are. I mean, the fact of the matter remains, a lot of black men, and here's what kills me. They think, a lot of black women think black men are going to other countries because they can't handle them. Now, see that picture right there? That's what they don't want to handle. The average black woman is overweight with a 63% obesity rate. So that being said, now overweight and obese are different. Overweight, add 20% to that or more. Now, back in the day, this was to be suitable for you simps and stuff like that. But now a lot of brothers ain't putting up with that. A lot of brothers are focusing on them. There's a lot of successful black women, and I'm not intimidated by a successful black woman. That would be good for my cause. Wouldn't you think that was a lot of black men would want? If they're successful and they're trying to make it in life, don't you think they want a successful black woman to be in their corner? That way they can both be successful. But no, let me put it to you this way: a lot of black chicks choose these Pookies and Ray Rays and to have kids by them. They do. Facts. I mean, hate to say it. Look at Niecy right here. Look at that kid on one kid's right, one kid's left. They could have the same dad, but if she's single, what are their chances that she doesn't have the same baby father or child's father, however you want to call it? Fact of the matter remains is, during the 90s and the 2000s, a lot of black men took a hard look at themselves and us in the mirror as we were getting blamed for everything under the sun. Black women for the for the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s were throwing us under the bus on all these talk shows. They were calling you up, and here's what killed me: you'd have black women sleep with 45 guys to find out who her baby's father was, but you're gonna boo the guy sleeping with her instead of booing the fucking whore that has slept with all those guys don't know who the kid's father is. And young men, here's a point about women in relationships: if your mother doesn't know who your father is, don't take advice from her. Back to the lecture at hand. Now, the fact remains is this this is unavoidable truths that we got to understand what we're going to do. And a lot of black men, including myself, we start getting out there saying, hey, man, we talk to the young guys, and we say, hey, you got to change. You got to do better. You got to improve upon yourself. You got to, because like we were saying, even though you may not be doing that, and this is what we tell everybody, even though you may not be doing that, you're going to be grouped into the group that does that. Just because the majority, just because sometimes in the black community, the minority reflects the majority. But now it's in a matriarchy, so now it's just the majority. Now, I understand one chick saying they're successful, they have degrees. Hoorah, hoorah. That's life. You should be doing that. Why should that be something new to you? That should be part of my family. It wasn't like we were tap dancing because people got off welfare. Moving on up. No, it's life. You're see some things in the black community that you're expected to do as a regular person, as a normal person. In the black community, they want to have birthday parties for this shit. They want to have celebrations. Oh, so and so graduated from high school. High school's free. You're supposed to graduate from high school. Oh, so and so got their GED. Well, you're supposed to if you want to make something out of your life, the starters. But the fact remains, 43% of black men do not have kids. You want to know why? Besides they don't want to go through the system, they don't want to deal with that picture I'm showing you. Because you're going to deal with the court system, number one. It's going to be uneven, and it's just going to come down to he said, she said nastiness. But the fact remains, black women do not want to take that hard look in the mirror. They don't. And the only time a black woman will listen to a black man nowadays is if they have an interracial relationship. Then it'll be, why wouldn't he date us? He won't date us. Give us the time of day. Why didn't you say that whenever before he was trying to get with you? A lot of these chicks have burnt-out coochies, 5 kids, 6 people. And then they want you after all that stuff, after Tyrone, loses the belt. Or they think, here's the killer part. They're like, well, I'll just get a white guy. Nah, white guys ain't going for that. That's a patriarchy system in there. That's a patriarchal system. Matriarchy, you get some sucker Negroes that'll go for that. But white folks generally practice a patriarchal society. And under that, they ain't taking care of 4 or 5 Pookie and Ray Ray and them's kids while he's off at the state joint or he's out there moving things. The only thing he's moving is just shuffling his feet on the ground. But like I said, black women, you have to take a hard look for yourself. Now, everybody's going to say, oh, you're passionate what you're saying. But look, I'll say it again. In the black community, they don't want to solve problems. Because when you get to the root of the problem, you get to the crux of the problem, that's when they start backing away. Whoa, this is getting, because you want to know why? Because you and I know that you might have to say something to your kids, to your mom or dad, to your aunt or uncle, to your cousins, to your friends, to people you don't know. You see this, people see this daily. I'm not talking out of turn here. You all see this. But look, let me tell you something. Belly rubbing, patting them on the head, hugging, and prayers have not worked. You need boots to the ground, and you need a hands-on approach with some of these hard-headed Negroes. And a lot of people don't want to do that because they want to, they want to be all soft, we'll come around. Get out of here with that. That's like they'll tell you they're most educated. Now dig this. Welfare was made for you to be successful after, or at least get off of welfare with all the programs they have within 4 to 6 years, counting you going to school, getting your GED. How come more women aren't taking advantage of this? There's programs you can go to school, you get car loans, they pay for babysitter. But you know what? They ain't trying to get a job. Why get a job? Getting a job means you have to work for the money. But the government's not making them work for the money. They're getting free money and laying down, eating food all day, and that's why they're fat. And then what gets me, I'm supposed to take that? You got me fucked up. Now, the women who I know, who know me, they know I talk like this, but they know it's not like I don't help them. I help them all the time. But it's quid pro quo. We help each other. And that's what you want. Now, there's people that are going to take what I say and get mad. Well, don't talk to me. It ain't going to hurt my feelings because you know what? A person that speaks truth does not care about the lies. Like what they'll say is, people in the black community, they get mad at you because you're telling the truth. They don't like the way you're saying it. That's what it is. They can't call you a liar. What they can say, what they'll say, they'll deflect. Oh, you're just complaining all the time. So what? I'm supposed to sit back and rub my hands? If it was your kid, you want me to help him out, but all of a sudden I can't say anything. Oh, all you do, you show you done. Because why is me? Because you won't do it. Then you got these people up on YouTube, these half-stepping fetches. Yeah, they call themselves black conscious, but look at them. They're not doing anything. All they're doing is, and it kills me, is they make these fucking 6-hour videos. You want to know why? For the money. And what they don't realize is they're not getting money. And I'm going to tell you why you're not getting money on YouTube. Because if you're making a video past 2 hours, you got to see, here's let me explain something about that. Maybe I'll do a video on that. You got to have audience retention. Now, if you're making a video 2 hours or longer, unless you're talking about some interesting topics all the time, your audience retention is going to look like 10%. You can have all the subscribers in the world you want, but if you're making a video past 2 hours, you better have that thing interesting. So you got to shuffle. You got to shuffle your feet. You got to pander sometimes. So that's why I don't listen to a lot of people with their YouTube videos, because a lot of them are just pandering, and a lot of them are doing it for views because they're doing it because they need the money. Now there are people out there who respect what I say. There's people out there who I respect what they say. I don't want to have debates about this, but like I said, a lot of black people will get mad because it's not what they want to hear. They know it's true, so they can't. They ain't gonna say, well, Mayor, old Goonberg over there, he's lying. They can't call me that. They say something like, well, I just disagree with what he says, but that's all you can do. But as far as dating seeing black women, you gotta switch it up. You guys shitted on the black men so much. The black men that said, "Hey, a lot of black men said they're joining MGTOW Red Pill." I did a video on Red Pill. A lot of men they're joining that. A lot of us, I can get a passport, and the mistake a lot of black women are making is they're saying, "Well, you're going to cross to so just to have sex with young women." No, there's more black women out in the world besides in America. A lot of people ain't wanting these Western black women. I'm beginning to see why. I've been married. Didn't they say you're hurt? I have been hurt since my dog died. Of course I'm hurt. I was crying because my dog died, not because my wife left. Dig that. That's facts. So because I said, you got if the marriage don't work out, what are you gonna do? Cry about it? This ain't like the day stops. You got to move on and get yours. That's why I have no problem traveling, meeting people, because there's more people. Look, if I was gonna leave my wife, I always tell people this: if you leave your spouse, you should be leaving going up the ladder. You don't leave going down the ladder. That way, when you can say, well, people say, well, I can see why you left. See what I'm saying? But I never left because I didn't want to pay alimony. Trust and believe that. But that's another story for another day. So I hope everybody's having a good one. This is Mayor Goonberg, high up in the Cascade Mountains up here overlooking Boise, the downtown there. And come out and visit and have some fun. Mayor Goonberg, the Goonberg Report. Peace.